Hello, it's James from Write Your Own Story, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. In this upload, I wanted to talk about a fashion faux pas that I made quite a few years ago, but I have to give a little bit of context and content behind it by way of a story, and every word of this, I swear to you, is true. When I was about 15, 16 years of age, and you might have heard me mention this before on other episodes I've done, money was a little bit tight at home. There wasn't enough to go around, really. And I remember that I'd gone through a bit of a growth spurt and my jeans didn't fit me anymore. And I'd let down the hem on the jeans that my mum had sewn in, but they were still too short. So what I did was I let down the factory made hem, but now I had white lines around the bottom of my jeans. So getting a blue pen, I coloured them in to make them not look as noticeable, but they were still too short. They were also really threadbare as well. I mean, these jeans are in a right old state. Now, because I was around 15, 16 years of age, I was also starting to get interested in girls. And image was a bit of a thing for me. And I was thinking, I've got to look cool. And I don't really look cool in these jeans that are mega tight, mega short, and have these two white lines around the bottom of them. So I said to my mum, Mum, I really do need a pair of jeans. And I think she'd noticed as well. But there was something else going on for me at the time. I'd just started to learn guitar. Now, I didn't have a guitar. I used to go down to a friend's address and his older brother had a guitar and he'd show me a few chords. And I was really getting into it. Now, in Liverpool city centre, there was a shop called Rushworth's. It's gone now. And there was this guitar, this basic beginner's guitar in the window, and it was £30. Now, this must have been around 1989, maybe 1990, something like that. All right. So it was £30 for this beginner's guitar. I wanted this guitar so much. I remember I used to stand outside the shop window looking at this thing, drooling, thinking, oh, wouldn't it be great if I could have this guitar? It's £30. Now, the jeans that I wanted, I didn't want like no name jeans. I wanted brand jeans, to look cool kind of thing. I wanted a pair of Levi's or something. But the jeans were £30. Now, I remember my mum saying to me, well, you're 16 years of age now, so you can decide what you're going to do. And she gave me the £30. I had to decide, was it the jeans or was it the guitar? There was no question at all which one I was going to pick. So I couldn't get a bus into the city centre because then I would have had less than £30 for the guitar. So I had to walk a few miles into the city centre. I bought the guitar. It came in a cardboard box. There was no case or nothing with it. It looked a bit like a classical guitar. So I walked to the city centre. I got the guitar. I carried it home under my arm in the box, and I was mega proud of this thing. Couldn't wait to get home. But there was a problem. I was still without a pair of jeans, and I thought, well, we're just coming into the summer. I will cut my jeans down into a pair of shorts. All right. So I didn't seek any help with this. I just took a pair of scissors to my jeans and cut them down into a pair of shorts. Put them on, looked in the mirror. One leg was a little bit higher than the other. And I thought, right, okay, I need to fix that. So I took the jeans off, trimmed a little bit off the longer leg, put them back on. That longer leg was now the shorter leg, right? So I thought, okay, take them back off, trim the longer leg again, and I kept on doing this again and again and again. I swear to you, at the end of my really bad tailoring experience, these look like a pair of denim hot pants. And I thought, there's no way I'm wearing these. So what's the point of me telling you this story? Well, the guitar for me was a no-brainer. I was just going to get it. And I've loved playing guitar ever since. And I've now got a few guitars, and my daughter ended up with my old £30 guitar when she was learning to play. But I've got a few now, and they're not £30 anymore. But the thing is, when I was learning guitar, I could have give up at any time. I was learning all these funny shapes with my fingers. The tips of my fingers of my left hand, they had to develop calluses on them because I was pressing down on the strings. But honestly, and without trying to sound too dramatic about this, when I was playing the guitar and I had the body of it against my chest, when I played it, because the sound echoed around inside the guitar, it almost went right to my soul. I fell in love with this thing straight away, and I've always loved playing guitar ever since. Now, since that time, I've recorded a CD, I've been in a band, I've played guitar all over the place. I even used to be in a rock and roll band, believe it or not. So we went global and nothing, but when I'm old and I've got no hair and no teeth, I'll be able to say, once I was the lead guitarist in a rock and roll band, all right? And I know within myself I will always love playing guitar. It'll always be a part of me. But here's the purpose of this video, and the reason I'm talking about this in particular. At any given moment, I could have said no. I could have turned my back on it. I could have got myself a pair of jeans and never learned to play guitar. But because I took a chance on myself and I did something that was the harder option, really, it would have been easy to get a pair of jeans, but to go and buy a guitar and to learn all these funny shapes on the guitar, and then never mind what was going on with my left hand, it was what was going on with my right when I was playing it as well. At any given moment I could have said this is too hard, but it was the passion for what I wanted to do that drove me on. Now, I've also got to accept something about playing guitar as well. I'll never master it, ever. And it's funny because when you think about people who've mastered something, they don't think they've mastered it themselves. Other people might think they've mastered it, but they don't. They don't think they've mastered it. So if there's something that you want to go for, maybe it's playing guitar, maybe it's something else. Maybe just give yourself a chance. And this was a theme on my last upload, where I said don't be like Bob. All right, it was giving yourself a chance. So I want to end this episode on one of my favourite quotes. I've got quite a few favourite quotes, but this is one of them, and it goes like this. Faith is the ability to see the invisible, to believe in the incredible, which would lead us to achieve what the masses considered impossible. And that's by a guy called Clarence Smithson. It's one of my favourites. It's just taking them little incremental steps for yourself. You do that and you keep doing that. You know, all them little steps, before you know it, you're right down further on down the road. And that can only be a good thing. Alright? So I hope you've enjoyed this one. I'll say bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.